Look at them all, folks. Look at them all. Men and women who have given their lives to protect humanity from the alien menace. Notice anything in common? Yes. They all happened in 2015. True story. But to be honest, another thing was in common, folks, that with each loss, someone has had to pick up the slack here on Let's Play XCOM Enemy Unknown. I am the Black Shadow, and after dealing with the large supply ship last mission, which is going to help us greatly in the long run, we have lost yet another soldier, Major Reaver, who has been a very useful backbone in the XCOM squad. And the result here is I don't have a lot of guys. I got 6 officers, as say. Make that 10 if you include the ones that are wounded. That's all. 3 supports, 3 heavy assaults, 2 snipers, 2 heavies. We are in a bit of bother, folks, because it's almost too late, really, to start realistically getting some rookies through. We might have to draft get some soldiers in from some abduction missions, folks. I know it could cause chaos with this, but I don't know. Is that going to be enough? I still don't have a colonel either, which is hurting. If I can get a colonel, that'd be really handy, because I can get Don't Die on Me, which will give us a really help out this getting shot from absolutely nowhere business which is occurring. So, right, so let's head into the grey market here, and let's have a look through all this stuff that we've got hold of here. And we got hold of a few heavy floater corpses, which we will need to research. Let's also deal with some other stuff. We don't need all these mutant corpses. We can get rid of some of those. Loads of Illyrian alloys, which is good. Got a couple status tanks we don't need. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff in the mission got damaged, courtesy of, you know, it turned into just a war zone. So that didn't really help. But still, 275 credits for our troubles, which is very nice. And I tell you what, that money is about to be of exceptional use. Right, so is there anything I want to do? Is there any of these foundries that I really want? Not think, they'd be handy, but really want. Ammo conservation, very tempting. Yeah. It's going to take 7 days, but it's damn well worth it. Right, so that'll be very useful. That will mean that we have more ammo, that we fire more often without having to need to reload. I think it ups like our ammo capacities and weapons by like, I don't remember what it is, the exact mass. It's like 50% or something like that. It's very useful. Right then, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to scan for activity, and I'm hoping nothing is going to come up until we get to deal with our new fighter craft. Yes. Say hello to the Firestorm. After an exhaustive reverse engineering effort by the research team, we now believe it should be possible to mirror the functionality exhibited by the aliens' advanced flight and navigation computers. These systems provide the pilot with a depth of information well beyond our current avionics package, and will certainly bring us closer to matching the alien ships in combat. Perhaps more importantly, we've also successfully integrated our first prototype of the gravity wave drive, which we modelled after the alien propulsion systems. With this mechanism in place, we expect a minimum of a 2-fold increase in the Firestorm's maximum thruster output when compared to our traditional pulse engine equipped interceptors, i.e. they can keep up with ships for longer. Assuming Dr. Shen and his team are able to successfully complete the fabrication process, our ship should be every bit as fast and deadly as the alien's own craft. And now we can buy Firestorms, which is the upgrade for the interceptors. Very expensive, but very useful. Right, now there's lots of stuff that we can now delve into here. We've got Ghost and Archangel armor, which is the advanced armor for weapons for our XCOM soldiers in the game. Now we've got these are going to be faster here. Remember, we've got our research credit for armors, which bring down the time by 50%. We got light plasma rifles, which of course we have a couple of. We got the EMP cannon. Now this is a weapon we can research. This is for our interceptors here. Now the idea is with this is that instead of like shooting at the ships and blasting them out of the sky, this would instead try to disable the aircraft so it crash lands, but we don't blow the hell out of it, so that when we raid the alien ship, a lot more of it should be intact. It's a thing. I've never really used it much. What I am interested in doing first, though, is the floater autopsy, or the heavy floater autopsy.
Another variation on a previously identified specimen, this is the heavy floater. As you can see, the aliens have made substantial improvements to the armor and weapons systems available, while removing some of its exposed vulnerabilities. An extremely dangerous combatant.
You're telling me. So we'll let that finish off. Now, also, we've very nearly built the Hyperwave Relay, which is good. Let's have a look in here, for example, folks. Or is it in... Where did I get it? Is it here? Here we are, folks. The Firestorm. Now, it doesn't cost much in the way of credits, but it's very expensive on your resources here. A bit of Illyrium, a bit of alloys, but mainly you need power sources and flight computers for this. But it is exceptionally useful. How are we doing for both of those? Because you guys remember, of course, that I've been trying to keep hold of my flight computers and power sources, because I knew I was going to need them for our Firestorms. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sell some stuff. Sell a couple of those. I'm going to sell a couple of Commander Corpses, because metal Commander Corpses are particularly useful for a lot of things. I'll get a couple of those. And I'm going to throw some Illyrium away. That'll do. Actually, tell you what. Actually, no, keep all of that. I could do a bit of running cash. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to get hold of 2 Firestorms, folks. So yeah, look at that say so. Look, 4 flight computers and 2 power sources. That's a hell of a lot. Now, yes, I've realised I have just bought them together. A bit late now. It doesn't matter. It's going to take 14 days for these to arrive, for these to be built. They're not like the interceptors. You go into the hangar and you order an interceptor here. You've got to get it via the actual... You've got to build it, and then they turn up here, folks, as you can see. That's how it works. You don't go into the hangar to get hold of Ravens. You've got to build them yourselves. So that's going to take a little bit of time. But they'll be very worth it. They'll be ready for us by the end of the month. Alright. Another variation on a previously identified specimen. This is the heavy floater. A cursory examination reveals substantial improvements to the armor and weapon systems available to the creature. Much of the exposed tissue, the floater's most obvious vulnerability, has either been shielded or removed entirely. With these modifications in mind, it would appear the aliens chose to move towards a greater reliance on mechanical and cybernetic upgrades, rather than continuing development in specimens of organic form. Basically, it's a flying cyborg, is the way I'd look at it. But that does allow us to get hold of this foundry project here, the advanced repair. Now, we can research this, and this will allow me that if our firecraft get damaged, the repair time for those will drop. It also works for the Shiv units as well. Well, I don't really use those very much. It helps with the fighters, but generally speaking, you know, it's very unlikely that you'll have a fighter might get damaged in a fight and then will be needed again before it's repaired. It's unusual for that to happen. Right. As much as I want to get hold of armor, I think I need to research some better weaponry. Let's delve into plasma rifles, everyone. That's going to take 7 days. Our request from Europe is going to run out because I haven't come across any normal floaters. You can't offer them heavy floater corpses. That doesn't work, so we're not going to be able to fulfill that, I don't think. Which is unfortunate. Let's finish off the Hyperwave Relay. Alright. We are ready to go with this. Now remember, this is of course built with the figure coming from the base. And we've got a little bit of a rebate as well. Right, so what this thing is now going to do, the relay, we can't remove it, is this is now going to scan for something. We know that this relay was communicating with something. That was the idea. It was obviously a communication device between the alien base and its commander and something else. Now, we have no idea what that is. So hopefully the relay can track down and we can interpret whatever on earth it's been communicating with, and we can decide what our next move's going to be. That's the idea, folks. So, well, let's carry on then.
Now that we are in control of the Hyperwave beacon, the real question is, what is it going to tell us? Perhaps we should try scanning for UFO activity in the meantime.
Yeah, what I just said. You're not going to say anything? No? What about you, Bradford? No? No? Okay. Well, at any rate, so we now are just going to have to let it do its thing and let it scan for whatever on earth it might be trying to find. So there's nothing we can do to speed up that process that I'm aware of, so we're just going to have to wait and see what turns up. Ooh. CEO of Egypt's leading genetics research firm feels the muton might prove crucial insight into designing new techniques for regenerating tissue. He's willing to give us whatever support he can in return, so if I can give him 8 muton corpses, we get ourselves 3 scientists. That sounds like a plan. Shame I sold a few, eh? Oh well. This list is getting bigger, isn't it? Oh, boy. Oh, it found it quickly, whatever it was looking for.
Wait,
wow.
What did you do? Shut it down.
That's meant to take some time.
This could be what we've been waiting for.
That's usually this takes a couple weeks. It's going nuts.
It's ripping itself apart. Shut it down, now. It could destroy the whole base.
9! Give it time. For once. Trust me.
Hey, see what's going on behind you, lady?
Now. It's working. Sir, new data is inbound from the Hyperwave uplink.
Ooh, hello.
This gamble seems to have paid off, but we've endangered the lives of everyone involved to satisfy the doctor's curiosity.
The risk was worth the reward. If we hadn't pushed on, there's no way we would have gotten this information.
Say hello to the Overseer UFO, everyone. Now, this is what's been communicating with the Hyperwave Relay. It has been cloaked from our sensors all this time. Our standard satellites have just not been able to pick this up, folks. Now that we have the Hyperwave Relay working, it will give us an idea as well whenever we intercept any ships as to what its general motive is. We can also get sometimes a bit more details on what it actually is, folks. Now, we will need to deal with this ship, and we will need to take one of these down. Unfortunately, I don't think our ships are going to be able to deal with this at the moment. This is a very, very fast ship. This is why I've been interested in getting the new fighter craft, folks, because we're not going to be able to catch this. It's as simple as that.
Bangs out.
This is not going to happen.
Nearing strike.
5 seconds, everyone.
We lost the bubble.
It's not going to happen. 5 seconds is not long enough, folks. Our Ravens are just not fast enough. This is why we need to get hold of our Firestorms, folks. The Firestorms can hope to take on these ships, folks. That's the idea. It's gone now, which is a problem, but the Overseer ship will pop up now from time to time, And we need to get it to try and track it down and find it in a continent where we've got our firestorms, you see. Even if you were to throw multiple ravens at it, you would certainly struggle. Bearing in mind that, of course, with our ships, whatever you want to call it. Bear in mind, of course, they've all got laser cannons on which we need to approach. We need to get up close and personal with the thing. So by the time we've caught up with it, it's flown away. This is why you need the firestorm. Well, I certainly did not think it was going to work straight away. That was an interesting surprise. Okay then, everyone. So let's carry on. Alright, everyone's coming back off. Right, so the ammo conservation project is now complete, folks. That is very good. That will do us considerable usefulness there. So that's very good, that. Do I want to research alien grenades? I could. I kind of want the money because next month, and once we get these laser plasma rifles out, it's going to be so expensive. So I'm going to keep the money. Please, let nothing happen for 4 days.
Contact detected.
Ooh. Right, folks. So you see here. So this is how the Hyperwave Relay, folks, gives you much more information here. So as we've got here, we know what the ship is size-wise. However, we now can get information about what is on the ship here. So you see here, it's got a crew size of 12. We can see what its objective is. That can vary a lot because some of them can be trying to like take out your satellite. So it's nice to be able to know that it is. And also, it'll tell you what species are on the ship. So you've got Sectoid Commanders, Heavy Floaters, Mutons and Muton Berserkers. So, you know, lots of fun stuff. But only 12 of them. But this is how it generally works, folks, basically. It's very useful to get the Hyperwave Relay, because now at least we can somewhat prepare and know what we're going to be taking on. Rather than have, like, the large scout situation where I turned up and there was a cyber disc. It wasn't fun. Now that's landed there, so we will be looking to take that on, but I want to get the plasma rifle done first. I hope the ship's there. I don't think it is. At any rate, although we continue to gain a better understanding of the alien plasma weapons we've recovered with each passing day, adapting the technology is but one aspect of the process involved in designing these weapons. We must also ensure that the armaments we develop are suitable to the firing positions our troops are accustomed to. If the weapon doesn't conform to human ergonomic standards, our troops certainly won't be able to fire it effectively. As a result of our efforts to reduce the weapon's weight, we've noted a substantial improvement in the overall accuracy of this rifle. In addition to manufacturing these new lightweight plasma rifles, we can also apply this approach to modify any plasma rifles captured in the field. So now we can use the light plasma rifles, which are really, really awesome weapons. We can now also research other plasma weaponry like the plasma cannon. We need this. We are getting that. Right, now is it still there? Ah, shit, it has gone. Damn. Germany's not impressed, is it? No, well. Yeah, you see here, so even the objective, it says you need to build a firestorm first. And we need to intercept it and assault it. Damn, well, that's actually the first mission we've not done. For whatever reason, folks. That's a thing. Huh. Oh, well. That's one of those things. But yeah, the plasma cannon is the next weapon for our interceptors, and it is a amazing weapon. It is a weapon you need to get as much as you can. There is one weapon better than it for your interceptors, but the plasma cannon will do more or less everything you need it to. Apart from one situation which you might struggle just a bit with. Okay. Right, so what I'll also show you here, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's go with Vika here. I'll show you the plasma rifle here. So this is it. So if this is the laser rifle here, as its stats here, 5 to 7, 10% critical hit chance. The plasma rifle is a very cool weapon. For starters, just equipping it gives you a +10 aim bonus, which is amazing. That's effectively a free scope on your gun. This is why Finmen are so accurate when they fire at you, because they've used the plasma rifle, so they've got a high aim as it is, plus the 10 bonus. That really hurts. You'll notice that the gun here actually does the same level of damage as the laser rifle, but the 10 aim bonus is really good, folks. It's the main plasma rifle that does huge amounts of damage. So yeah, as a base damage level, there is no difference at all. But the extra 10 aim, really nice. So that is a thing. So I think I'll show it off. We've got 2 of those lying about, which we've had for months. So they'll be very cool to use. Right. So let us move on then. So I don't know if the Overseer is going to turn up again. How long we got until the firestorm turns up? 7 days. Okay.
We haven't scrambled our fighters to intercept the latest UFO contact. Let's hope it doesn't do any serious damage.
Yeah, the game's complaining at me because I let Germany down. Oh, there we go. Germany's panic has now gone up. It was a little delayed. I thought it was going to do that. I was like, it's not gone up. That's not how this game works.
We're picking up a new contact, and it's generating a strange signal. Looks like it's scanning.
Oh my god! Oh my god! They've sent a battleship for me. Oh my god! Oh man! This is what happened because I didn't intercept the ship, folks. I didn't intercept the harvester. They've sent a battleship to take out my satellites. Would you like to know what battleships are like to deal with?
Engaging bogey.
We're dead. Look at the size of that thing.
Taking heavy fire.
Lost.
No joy
I just
here.
got shot down.
We're going down.
It's dead.
Contact detected.
There's no other interceptors in range. I just got shot down. Right. You are going to Europe. By the time this has arrived in Europe, we'll be able to have these firestorms in North America, and we can go from there. That satellite we got up there, that's about to get shot out of the sky. Sometimes the UFOs won't see it. They don't always manage to shoot it down, but generally they do. This is where it can be useful to get the stealth satellites foundry project here, which can protect it makes it much harder to detect if the aliens go looking for them. But as it is, I expect that satellite is going to get shot down. Guess what that's going to do to Germany?
Commander, we've just lost one of our satellites. We will now be unable to track any UFO contacts over that particular nation, and they've cut our funding as a result.
I have to admit, this is possibly the first time I've actually had a satellite get destroyed in a playthrough and I've had to go on with it. This is a very unusual situation. Should not be surprised, folks. Should not be surprised. Now, luckily, I can put another satellite straight over there, folks, courtesy of the fact that we've had 2 spare satellites for ages, so I can put this over right now. I may or may not do that. I'm going to leave it for the moment and see how things develop. But also, at least we can get all these satellites in, which is good. Don't believe I've managed that.
Contact detected.
There's the, there it is again, the Overseer. Again, I can't deal with it at the moment. It will turn up from time to time. There's nothing I can do against it, so we're just going to have to leave it to fly around. Gradually, the world is going to get pissed at me for not dealing with this Overseer. It's a thing.
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on
We're going to get some extra credits as rebates from the satellite, and we have got the plasma cannon. We've continually strived to even the odds for our pilots facing the alien craft in combat. One of our most important developments was the research engineering of their plasma-based weaponry. Having successfully created a variant for our troops on the ground, the most difficult part of our work was already done. Increasing the size and firepower of these weapons for an application suitable to our interceptors was a relatively straightforward process. Once we've confirmed that the ship itself could handle the stress associated with firing these weapons, it was simply a matter of scaling up the device and creating an appropriate mount. We believe the plasma cannon is now ready for general fabrication engineering, and I'm confident our pirates will appreciate the additional firepower it provides. Oh yeah! Right. I don't want to... I'm not concerned about the plasma rifle yet because it's going to be so expensive for me to build. They are. The plasma rifles are some of the most expensive items in the game to regularly construct. So I might go for some armor. I'm going to go for ghost armor. Yeah. Alright. So plasma cannons are now available for us, folks. They cost 44 credits each. And a bit of Illyrium and alloys, folks. They're rather expensive, but they are brutal. These are some of the best weapons in the game. So we are going to grab these because these are going on our firestorms. And they are going to blast this son of a bitch out the sky. Okay, everyone. Right, the satellite Nexus is nearly done.
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch.
We know, but we wanted the Nexus done first,
orders.
so we're going to do that. So, yeah. I hope that Japan has not got pissed off for me not looking into the Overseer, no, because the game realises that you can't always deal with that. So, yeah. Right, now we're in business, folks. Satellite Nexus.
Satellite Nexus online.
Let's rebate there. So now that we've got the satellite Nexus here, as you can see here, that gives us access to another 5 satellite spots. 5 of them. Look at that, we got 5 available, 6 available slots here for our satellites, which we will be putting up in a short moment. How long we got till the council report? 10 days. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Right then, so we will be putting those up in, not right now, but a little closer to the council report. I will be putting up tons of satellites, which is good. Okay, so our Firestorm's nearly done. The Raven's nearly in Europe. I shouldn't really have put you in Europe, actually. That was a mistake. Here we go.
Commander, we're tracking several reported abductions via the hologlobe. I've got the coordinates locked in.
Ooh, a sniper captain. Ooh. They're all pretty decent, to be fair. Reward-wise, they're pretty decent. The UK, I could actually get away with not responding to that, as cool as it would be. India would go a bit nuts, but I'm planning to launch a satellite over it anyway, so I can afford that. And then you got Nigeria, which would go nuts, and I would plan to put a satellite over it as it is, but then South Africa's going to get awfully cross, and so is Egypt. I think we're going to be going to Nigeria, folks. Yeah. I can justify not dealing with... I can justify having a choice here. 6 engineers would be nice. 5 scientists, I'm not too worried about now at this point. We need troops, folks. We really need troops. So what we're going to be doing next time, folks, is I'm going to be abandoning my home country. And we're going to be heading off to good old faithful Nigeria for about our 3rd mission in here, I think, folks, to deal with some abductions and look to get hold of a new recruit to the XCOM project, folks. See you next time.